又可以继续玩这个为了公主。第一次玩的时候，都尽量不拿刀杀人，因为我觉得很奇怪。就说是为了做任务，也不应该拿别人的东西，然后还一发不就去杀人。但是后来发现还蛮多都没有解开的，而且好像都是要杀人。所以试试看这次能不能做一个人狠话不多的人。应该要选新游戏。好。
You're on a path in the. You're here to slay her.
听过了，不发一语 ，OK。
You make your way. A warning. She will lie. She will cheat. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. Ignore him.
不要吵，这是有任务的。
The interior of the cabin, the blade is your implement.
没有在亮亮的。
You'll need it
第一
if
次
you
的
want
时候
to do
那个
this
刀都
right.
会有点亮亮的。拿这个
You take the blade from the table.
进去。会不会进去的太久？
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. The prince, her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
第一次的时候不是这样
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge.
第一次的时候，她的声音好像是蛮甜美的哦。为什
Don't
么
let it fool you. It's all part
因为
of
我
the
拿刀吗？
manipulation.
还是说真的每次进来都是随机公主？
Good. You're still listening to reason. You walk down the stairs
真的
and lock
看
eyes
起来
with the
很冷艳
princess.
好像不是第一
There's
次
a。heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world? Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
大声一点。你猜猜看呢？上去
You
就对
step
了。
forward.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get... So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk
不
finding
要
out
冒
what I
险
can
领略
do.
我的本事。他看起来很凶
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now,
对啊，
it'll
他
be
没有
too
武器
late.
之前那个也没武器啊，后来尾巴不是又长出了怪怪的东西。上路。
You lunge forward without a moment's hesitation. You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
Oh. This is it, isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder, do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
我不是很确定耶。
It's like she's convinced she can't die.
看着眼睛好像很不屑哦。
Yes, even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alone. But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago. But is it over? Really over?
真的吗？我不确定耶，我觉得怪怪的耶。但是旁白说的不准，然后旁白怪怪的。
It's over.
骗
We
人。
should make sure.
对
What's the
切个
harm in
pulse，切
checking
个
for a
pulse，快
pulse?
点！
I really don't think you should do that. And why shouldn't we? Is there something you're not telling
我
us?
是应该怎样？就是掉头走。
I've told you everything that's happened with complete accuracy. The princess is
其实他
dead.
刺的位置还蛮
Your blade pierced her
蛮特别
heart. There's no
胸
coming
骨
back
比
from
这样
that.
是有办法吃下去的吗？其实我觉得不太可能。你要嘛应该是要就是横的穿过肋间这样刺进去，比较有可能吧？不知道啦，我又没有试过人。这是我第一次杀人欸，对不对？拿走，
You lean down and wrap your hand around the
拿走就
blade's
对了，把
hilt.
那个凶器拿走。check 什么 pulse 要管啊？check 怎么样？有 pulse 要怎么样 ？CPR 吗？
But as you begin to slide it out of its resting place, you feel, what was that?
什么意思？他的眼睛都白白的。
I guess I won't be dying alone after all.
Quick, let's get out of here. It's too late for that now. You collapse to the ground as the mortally wounded princess twists a blade of her own deeper between your
就是
ribs.
要这样。啊，刀在我手上，他拿什么东西刺我？他持有的匕首，他有一个匕首。
As you fall,
大家都有一
she
个匕
falls
首，
with you,
匕首是人人都
exhausted
会
by
有
the
的。
effort, the little life that was left in her eyes fading
他
rapidly.
不公平呢。他捅这样一下，他还可以有机会就再爬起来再捅。啊，我捅一下我就倒了。
An eye for an eye. A life for a life. I guess we're even now.
到底是什么跟什么啊？好了，手臂呢？手臂呢？我杀你一次，你杀我一次啊！
See
一起
you
死！
around.
我们没有回头箭的了，不要了。
You were so close. Why did you hesitate? It doesn't matter. At least you managed to take her with you. For whatever that's worth. Everything goes dark, and you die.
又是啊，刀！
You're on a path in the woods,
这个
and
单
at the
点
end
名
of
字不
that
好呢。
path is a cabin.
刀我感觉很恐怖
And in the
哎。
basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to...
不要跟他讲话，不要跟他讲话。
A warning, she will lie. It couldn't be more
哎，
on the
受骗
money.
的声音。
But we're really doing this, aren't we?
哎，对
I，say you're lost, but I'm
我
stuck
知道为
here
什么
with
受骗
you.
的声音。旁白说他没有武器耶，那个刀从哪里来的？哦，
We know what to look out for this time. We know to be
不
careful.
公平。
Just stay focused and
你
you'll
还
be...
是闭嘴。
The interior of the cabin is a jagged mess of warped wood and broken boards, their
Oh, yeah.
splintered edges as uninviting as shattered glass. The only furniture of note is a pointed table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement.
然后这是有镜子，不要管镜子，不要管镜子，不管。
You take the blade. It feels a bit better to have a...
没错，走，不要看镜子，不要看镜子。
The door to the basement
太刺
creaks
了吧，
open,
不是？
revealing what must
那个是
once
什么
have
声音？
been stairs. The fractured slats look as if they've been torn from their
刀，我
source
刚
and violently jammed into the
公主
wall.
已经拿着刀在等我了，然后他那个噼的声音很大声呢，好像是一把大刀的声音呢。哦，天哪！
The air seeping up from below has an almost metallic quality to it, like the smell of fresh blood. And you can hear what sounds like the rhythmic scraping of metal coming from down below.
其实啊，取
If
走
the
的会是我的
princess
性
lives
命而已，好
here,
不好？
slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Scraping? She's not even trying to hide her knife. It's like she wants to get in our head.
呀，
That sound could be anything. It's probably just her chains dragging across the floor. I am begging you to get out of
还
your
在
head.
骗我，铁链才不是这样的。
Her grating voice carries up the stairs.
I hope you've come to rescue me. I've been stuck down here for...
There is something so wrong with that
机声
voice.
好像变了，好像有点
Yeah,
笑笑的。
she thinks she's better than us, like she doesn't even have to put on an act this time.
哎，这次不让我
As
选
you
了。
descend the final
哦，
step,
你好，你
the
好。
form of the princess comes into view, her sharp eyes
他
following
对
you from
他的
across
膀
the
胱变
room.
黑色了，黑化了是不是？哦，
Finally, somebody! Quick, get me out of these chains. We're not safe here.
Come on now, we're not falling for that, are we? She's trying to trick us, but she can't hide that threatening edge to her voice. If she sounds threatening, it's because her mask is already slipping. She knows why you're here.
也是，毕
You
竟
are armed, after all.
What are you waiting for? You are here to rescue me, right?
可以拍到声音啊，去查。
A knife? What are you talking about? I don't have a knife. Where would I keep a knife? And why would I stab you to death? I don't know you. You haven't given me a reason to stab you to death. It would be so silly of me to cut you open and look at your insides.
Okay, I could have sworn we didn't mention stabbing anyone
我
to
们
death.
上次不是就说好了扯平了吗？我捅你一次，你捅我一次啊。
Sounds like she's really out for blood. Fortunately for you, she isn't armed.
骗人，我已经被骗过一次。 怎么没有武器？他手放在后面呢。
It would be so much easier to prove that I do have a sharp object.
The princess smiles as she pulls her hands from behind her back.
But look at this! Hands! Hands that don't have anything in them to stab you with!
Her smile stretches into an even wider...
And empty sleeves, too! Look at how few stabbing implements I have! It's
那
practically
怎么会有那
zero!
个声音？该不会是这个吧？他该不会一头撞过来，然后用他的皇冠刺死我吧？这会不会太过分？好恶哦！我没有办法耶。上打死对方，然后再讲说，我们应该要双向过去。哎呦，什么东西啊？没有人会这样哦。哎呀，好好笑啊！啊，太好了，太棒了，太棒了！这个很好笑哎。哎，哦，哎呦，好啊，你也说太多话了。
That doesn't sound...
Last time? Ugh, it's like the two of you are working together on this. Aren't you listening to her? She's obviously
你看他的脸，
lying
一
through
脸
her
就是
teeth.
管你在说什么，但是我还是要杀你啊！
I'm terrible at spotting lies, and even I can tell something's up here. We can't be the only ones that loop
啊，
back
跟
to
你
the
讲好
start.
说要
Someone
做一
else
个
has to
人品差不
remember.
多的，他
Right?
是忍不住了。
Yes, something is obviously up, and we can all tell that she's lying. The thing she's lying about is how dangerous she is, not dimension hopping or time travel or whatever it is you think you're doing.
我要讲这个
But
绿
I'm
茶
not，mad at you, so please stop standing so...
I have absolutely She certainly feels
你看连他都听得懂，他可是有一点笨
Just
的
because
人。
she's acting like she's going to stab you doesn't mean she has the means to actually do
你看他
it.
又在骗人。哦，
But you know who is armed? But I'm all the more
真的很
reason to
紧张。
jump into the deep end.
好了好了好了，走走走走走走走，冲啊冲啊冲啊
The
冲啊冲！
princess falls silent, her
你看
smile
他，
unwavering as
他
you
完
charge
全
across
就
the
是在
room.
等。啊，下一秒就要死掉了啦！按下去我就会死。
Okay, she hasn't pulled out a knife yet, and her hands are still behind her back.
他刚手
I
就说
think we
他
can
没有
do
东
this.
西
I
啊，
think we can
我觉得他
win.
等下会低
We
头。
just have to
直接
strike
死
now. But your focus is broken by the horrible sound of metal slicing through
吓一
meat.
跳，
Whose meat? Not ours, right?
还会是
Hers
谁的
at first,
啊？
then yours.
什么意思？
Hehe.
嘿嘿个屁哦！哎呦，这个公主好有趣哦，嘿嘿。
How? What did she even hit us with?
啊，让我看看
You
你的
stare
刀
down，at your chest and at the long,
这个
thin blade she
没有
impaled
很
you
细呢，
with.
哎，很粗呢。哦，好痛哦。
And then
什
the
么
red,
事？
angry slit along the flesh of her thigh, where the blade
刀
had
刃
been
的尾
nestled
端
just
是
a moment
公
ago.
主。
It's still lodged in her leg, emerging from her knee,
Yeah.
hinging up and out of her body like some
Yes.
extra metallic limb.
他是啊，刀舞是他吗？他不是一个瑞士刀啊？好恶哦！
Bullshit.
真的
Absolute
是
bullshit.
很离谱呢。一个上一秒黑黑的，下一秒变瑞士刀呢？啊？
You're going to die now.
With a twist of
哎
her
呦
knee and a painful squelch,
转动
she does just
怎么
that.
啦？哟，
Everything goes dark.
完蛋了！我要跟瑞士
You're on
刀
a path
打架
in the
了。
woods. No, fuck that. If we're gonna have to keep doing this over and over and over again, we're not starting in that goddamn woods every time. We're starting in the fucking cabin.
他很气，而且这个身体是杀回来。
Your what? The interior of the cabin is
Oh,
sharp,
这里
a
是怎样？
constricting mess
哦
of curved and battered sheet metal pushing you towards... Wait, excuse me? What just happened? What did you just do?
这里怎么会这样子？
I feel dizzy.
对，我现在觉得 怪怪的。
Oh ho ho ho! I
哇，
guess
受
I
骗的声音
took
很
us to
屌
the
哎，
cabin,
直接
didn't
掠
I?
过身体。虽然你刚刚那边
Isn't
看
that
起来是
interesting? Who holds the
有点激烈。
cards now? The circle's getting smaller and smaller.
啊，猎户的声音，
Running
完了，
isn't
胆
an
小鬼
option
出现了。
anymore. Good. It's better that way. Without a fight, no one can win, and if no one can win, then nothing has any meaning.
受骗的声音、猎物的声音、执拗的声音，那英勇的声音该不会就没了吧？
Great. So obviously you've already been here. How? This is
啊
our，
他还
third?
在，他还在，他还。所以哇，怎么一次分裂2个，厉害耶！
No wonder things have fallen apart. You do realize that every time you fail, she escapes, and an entire world is damned to destruction. That can't be right. That's too much responsibility.
不可能，是责任也太大了吧？
Nah, impossibly high stakes make the fight so much better. Let's just stay focused, shall we? Only furniture of note, we take it.
当然，当然，我们当然要拿走。你帮我选呢？哇，受骗声音现在很主导
It
哦
will。be difficult to slay the princess and save the world
OK
without a
OK，
weapon.
太好了，选择太多我也
This
是蛮困
feels
难。
right. We just have to keep our
没问题，
senses
没问题。
sharp.
OK OK，不错不错。
That's right. We've got to be able to win eventually.
好，好，我们这次人很多，好不好？我们这次声音很多，我们一定有
We
办法。
will win eventually,
总有
and
一
we
天。
might even win now.
哎，不错不错，大家气势
That's
很
a
多，很
fighting
好。
spirit I like to see. You could all
加
learn
油
a thing
加
or
油
two
加
from
油！
this one. I'd love to get started just as much as you would, but how are we supposed to get down there? You walk through the door. You do know what doors are.
啊，对，只有镜子，我们要穿越镜子。上场没有看镜子。
There isn't a door, there's just that mirror. There isn't a mirror. You really messed things up, didn't you? It's like you can't even see reality anymore.
搞砸了很多次
I can
啊
feel！ the air coming up from behind it, stinking of iron
真的
and
是猎物
steel.
的声音，它还
He
闻得
might
到
be
各种味
right.
道，厉
Could be
害
a。trick. If our other senses can't
铁
feel
跟
it,
金
then
属
we
的味道
can't
到底是什么？
trust it. If it's in our way,
砸
let's
碎
just...
它，砸碎它，砸碎它！
You make your way to the door at the end of the room, stopping. Let's just fumble for the handle and be done with it. I don't care what we look like. I care about getting to the end of this mess. You reach forward and place your hand on the door to the
就变成
basement.
哎
It
哦
creaks, and the mirror's gone.
哦，
Ed
跟之
was
前一
never
样，没
there.
错。
Let's just get to the princess. It's time for
Go, go,
just
go, go,
stay
go, go, go.
focused and you'll be fine.
来吧来吧。
You step forward,
Ooh.
but you don't get a chance to linger on the
哦，
basement
直接变
stairs.
成那个
They
溜滑
are
梯耶，
smooth and flat and
滑的
metallic.
斜坡。
An unintentional and unfortunately your body tumbles
又来
onto
了，
the
你
basement
的
floor and the
裙
form
子
of the
更破了呢。
princess comes into view, standing at a distance.
但是头发
She
更
gives
卷
you
哦。
a wry smile.
Hi. It looks like you don't have a way out, so I'm not going to
那
play
那
dumb
他也是，我觉得
anymore.
那个那么滑，
But don't worry about how bad you did last time.
哎呦
That's part of the fun.
干嘛这样评价我上一次的表现？上次你从腿里面伸出一把刀，很吓人呢，谁知道你会
She's
这
got
样？
another thing coming if she thinks we're
对不对？
going
对不对？
down
你看我们
easy
这次带了
again.
很多声音来了，我们这次会赢，好不好？
Pride makes us dead. The
Oh,
only thing that
对不起。
matters is survival.
而且不要太骄傲，是。那他啦，他不要太骄傲了。
Actually, does survival matter? We've died twice and nothing bad has come of it.
也是
We just need to find a way
好
to
励
win
志，我们死了
once.
几次没关系啊，反正我们再想办法赢过一次就好了。
Nothing bad has come of it. Yeah, plenty bad has come of it. You've left at least one entire world to ruin. The
没
people
办法
there，
没有办
mattered.
法，你们今天要把这个责任交给我，你们就是得要承担，有可能会有这个后果，我可能会失败。他很凶哎、他的腿可以变成刀，他是瑞士刀哎、
The
在跟我
past
开玩笑。
isn't real. There's only here and now.
不管了。
Your internal bickering is
什么
cut
东西？
short by the wet sound of slicing meat. From the princess's arms erupt twin blades
哎呦，
glistening
我的
with
老
her
天爷！
blood, the empty flesh of her arms
我不想跟
flopping
他
at
打
her
的，
elbows
他的
like
手，哎呦，好
torn
恶心
sleeves.
哦
The！chain clatters to the
上次
floor.
只有脚，这次是2只手。他等下不会连脚也变成刀，然后这样都走过来吧？哦，好恶哦！我不想要跟他打了，不公平！我的刀那么小。哎呦，难怪他不公平哎！
She's loose,
哦
but she
看
is
这
coming for you.
连那么多有必要吗？他有2把刀呢。他就真的在那等而已，可恶！
You're going to make me walk over to you, aren't you?
我会怕啊！你哦哟，哎
Shit.
呦，
She's coming for us and I'm out of ideas.
你们刚刚不是很那个的吗？快点啊，想办法！哦，这个人，哦，如果我们不去感受疼痛，他就伤不到我们，可以这样吗？我们先承认他的力量比我们强吧，捅他一下。无条件投降，还要调情，调个屁嘞，有个屁用哦！我们要抱头鼠窜。我刚刚的确是想要这样，没错。自杀不会耶，都很啊。想别的方法吗？哎呀，好寒啊！这个，当个诗人。
Yes.
冲啊！
Yeah, sure. Why the hell not? Let's see if we can turn off
有
the
人
part of
不
us
可
that
能
feels
把
things.
感觉的器官关闭。
Pain is good. It's how we stay
是，
alive.
的确是，但是现在不是。他的刀你有看到吗？有个，
Nah, I'm sick of pain.
对，我们不要疼痛了啦，好不好？
Yeah, this whole thing would be a lot more tolerable if it didn't hurt
毕
so
竟每次
much.
都骂我死，对不对？不要挑衅他。为什么？你挑衅他干嘛啦？他会，我要等。
Just standing there, huh? A bold strategy.
Princess closes the distance and we dodge. And you dodge.
哎嘿，
And we
哎，反
fight
击，加油！
and you fight back.
Oh, you're fast. But let's see how fast you really are.
还在耍我们呢。
You and the princess enter a quick and vicious exchange, each of you wounding the other, but
哎呦
neither
哎呦哎呦，
landing a
不
fatal
错，小
blow.
刀对双刀哦。
Yes, this is exactly it.
加油
But the
加油
dance
加油！哎
couldn't，last forever. All it
我刚
takes
觉
is
得
a
好像要赢
single
的时候就是
clumsy moment.
Gotcha.
And? Does
不
it
痛
hurt?
吗？
No.
哎，弹幕的声音，因为它不会痛吗？
Oh, a new one of us.
嗨，欢迎加入这个无限死循环。
I thought that only happens when we die. Did we die? Your Honor? No, you're,
哎，
where the
什么意思
hell？are you? Don't like that we died without us knowing it. This really blurs some lines that I prefer not to. If we didn't realize we were dead, then we made progress. Good job.
他的歌曲讲得非常的不吉利的呢。
Stop saying dead, all of you.
是，
We might
我
have
说的
died a
是，
second ago, but right now
我
we're
们还没死，我们还没
extremely
死，但是我
not
们已经有
dead.
新的声音加入了。为什么呢？
This is all horribly wrong. How many
没
times have you
有
been here?
那么完整。没有，可是旁白都，你看他应该是有重新啊，他都我说来过几
This
次。
is 4. No wonder everything's such a mess. This wasn't supposed to go
很
past
好笑
1.
是我要这样子的哦、你没有看他长这样哦？啊，你有办法吗？我是没办法啦，不然怎么会4次？
I wonder what you're going to do next. You're so full of ideas.
该
I
不会是因为这样
love
他就不让
that.
我走吧？哦，
But I guess we don't have time to talk about things before the princess advances. Okay, whatever we do gets us another
看我们
plus.
可以收集几条。
Let's see
哇，我
how
是蛮
many
乐
we
观
can
的。
stack.
好
There's got to be a point where
我
it
喜欢
makes us
OK
better than her.
到一定程度，我们一定可以比他强的，好不好？
We
来吧
don't。need any other voices chattering about in here. It'll just confuse
对啊，
us.
可不可以来一个声音，跟比
All
如
we
说战
need
士的声音，
is
这样
to
好不好？
keep
他可
fighting.
以很会打架。
Yeah, I'll pass on that. As long as we keep moving,
OK，
why not? It's not like dying again and again is doing
来
us
看看我
any
们脑
harm.
洞可以开多大。
Let's see how.
Come on. Show me something new.
来，我们杀掉我们自己。嘿嘿，
Then you skewer yourself.
I thought we both understood that dying doesn't.
Huh, that didn't do much of anything.
叛逆的声
We're
音。
tougher than I thought. Well, there's more of us. What's the point? It's skewers you.
哦，崩
Oh,
溃了，
don't
死
give
太
up
多
on me
次
just
了。
yet.
Do you see that? That was luck, but we only have to get lucky. One compliment her on those
哎，激情的声音
gleaming
该不会是那个吧？
There's
先
nothing
赞美
better than
他
a
啊，
capable
调
woman.
情，调情。
She skewers you.
啊，
You're cute.
谢
It
谢。
doesn't matter
谢谢。
how many times this takes, we can't
毕竟也
give
不是
up.
谁可以这样一直被你杀死，对吧？
Okay, let's go again. Just panic. Flee.
哎，这个刀，哦，他的刀越来越多了呢。
She skewers you.
哦哟。
No, you don't get to escape.
See?
然
You're
后那个
getting
爆头
better.
鼠串，
Okay, yeah. Let's appeal to her better nature. We haven't tried that. I'm sure
白痴
she'll
吧？
listen to
这
reason.
跟刚刚那个不是一样吗？捅死他，再告诉我放下过去吧。你小杰啊，
She skewers you. We're getting close to something, can't you feel it? One last time. You're right. One last time. That's all we...
再一
None
次
of this is working. Think. She skewers you.
想都想不到，就是
And then
他的嘴
everything
巴
goes
越来越
dark.
刺的耶。
And you die.
真的吗？真的死了吗？哎呦，玉石俱焚！蛋呐，终于到了玉石俱焚了，不能总是我死
You're
吧？
not
来
done
吧，
as
来
yet.
吧，来吧，
We're
来
in a
吧！
cabin and we'll take it from
这边越来越乱了。
Everything really fits, doesn't it? We're up here, which is different, and different is good.
刚爪已经在我手上了。
Oh, what if we throw it out the window over my dead body?
我满点巴黎。
That won't be very hard. We've died a lot.
哦，各点崩溃都由他
I
承
can't say
担。
I mind anymore. Besides, what better way to die so very many times
哦，利润
than
构
the
成的手很
sharp
恶哎
hands of a
救命
I'm sure I'll think of a better way to
更好
die.
的死法，已经不想要赢了吗？大家，我们不是说好要赢一次吗？这么多次了，搞不好这次就赢了啊，对不对？外面还有星星哎，你看好兆头。
Yeah, they're all the same, really.
不一样，
How
这
about
次
we
不会
stop
啦。
thinking about horrible ways to die?
你看
I don't want us to accidentally manifest anything.
嗯，对，没错，我们要
The
讲
only
点新
thing
的。
we're going to manifest is finally
对对对，
ending
我
up
们
on
这次
there
会
are
赢。
entirely too many of you. How many times have you been here? This isn't good.
哎呦，
This
知
is...
道
How
呢。
about you stick to describing things and we'll
没
stick
错
to doing them?
各司其职了，好不好？
Yeah, leave it to the pros. We'll
Go, go,
notch
go.
up that win in no time. Narrator, we heroically stride through the door and towards our destined final encounter with our star-crossed
Oh,
lover. Fine by me. You walk to the door and onto the basement
Yeah,
stairs,
darling.
only it's more of a slide. Fine, I'll just shut up there. Are you sure you don't want me to describe the stairs? Or this... Don't care, just want to win.
没错。安安
Fine,
你
make
好
your way to the basement, where the
我又
princess
来了。
awaits you.
You know, this last time I killed you, and you didn't pop right back up again?
是。
I thought I'd actually done it. I thought I'd cut you into so many
Hey, don't
pieces you just
say
weren't able to
hello.
stitch yourself back together. But I guess we're not done. That's okay with me. It's good even. I like that.
他声音越来越
I
AI。
got something ready for you while you were gone. Do you want to see it? I'm not going to wait for an answer. I'm just going to show you. It's worth it though. Just you wait. And not for very long, because I'm going to do it right now.
Do, do, do. Ba, ba, ba.
旁白真的不讲呢。你还是要做你的工作啊，干嘛啦？你没看到他牙齿已经变这样了哦哟。
Are you going to say what she does?
对啊，
Do you want me to talk now?
想偷懒啊？
Well,
工作。
yeah, she says she has something new. I want to hear about the new thing. Yeah, me too. I think I speak for all of us when I say, really? Okay then.
Here we go. Now.
The princess's skin twists, splitting into red blooms of raw meat as it stretches and
你
tears.
不能讲哦，
Then it
你讲说他也做了啊，那我不知道哎。
becomes a wave of blood and viscera, pieces of her splattering against the walls. All that remains in the center of the room is a skeleton of blades.
还在想
A heart
干嘛
beats
啊？
furiously
你
in
跟
its
恐
cage
怖游
of
戏
the
的 BOSS 一
chest.
样嘞，就是，那你的弱点不就这颗吗？虽然说我也是应该碰不到啦，啊，如果把刀丢，算了，我感觉我不行。
Are you ready for what comes next?
还有接着哦，姐，哦，我没有，我还没有准备好。
Holy shit! She's gorgeous.
不可以画这个甜狗也太过分了
Absolutely
吧！
divine.
晕船仔救命哦！
Behold the
啊，绕人生也喜欢呢，
Do you think we can throw?
还在想要把它丢到墙上。
That looked painful.
真的，而且他都还笑笑的，他只
How
是笑
is she
笑。
still alive? Heart's still beating, that's all she needs.
是啦。
This is fake. This is all fake.
不要这样
That's
子，我
all
们要
just
正面问
made
题。
up. She doesn't even have a back anymore. How are we supposed to stab her in?
一直在想要怎么背刺别人，
This is all just a sick joke. I hate
不要
existing.
这样，要爱自己
We're
先。
screwed. I quit. I'm done. Forget it.
受够了。
This
啊，大家都吵架了，不要吵架！哎呦哎呦哎呦哎呦！
What just happened? It's so quiet.
你也是不要吵。
Something feels different about you. It almost makes me feel different, like I should actually take this seriously for once.
啊，怎么样？我变得非常
You're
亲密
incredible.
啊？就啊，没有声音之干扰的关系吗？哦，放空大脑，专注战斗。哦，剑圣剑圣，请叫我剑圣。绚烂的舞蹈，哇哦！哎呦，根本不知道哪里是脸呢。理论上是这个吗？哦，压抑感情便战胜锐利的敌人哦。哎呀，终于可以把它收集了，欢迎加入我们的大家庭。我怎么样？我怎么样？哦，该不会以后看到的都是海胆姐吧？你好啊。
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
粉末又来了，上次就是哦，上次没有长成这样，上次是一个人的形状。但你的躯壳才不脆弱，你的躯壳好刺哦，大家都握着是刀诶，好恐怖哦。
Nothing, as we are, but I know that there is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. Bring me more perspectives, so that
让
I
你
may
得
be
以
whole.
完整，也许届时我们会至少属于我们的自由。我跟你讲啊，我知道了啊，什么？哎，没得选了。我刚刚想说要选那个刺死他，哎，啊，什么意思？
I have not lived.
哎，只能选下一个哎，好吧。
She asks that I tell you to remember her.
我会记得，我真的是会记得。太恐怖了，海胆。
You won't.
不会，我跟你讲，我真的是记得，它很恐怖哎。啊，安安，我又回来了。
You're on a path in the woods. You're here.
哎，转头你看。
Seriously? You're
不行啊，不能走哎，好吧。
What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That's straight.
又一次
You're
转身离开，
really
哎，可
keen
以
on
耶。
wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably
十分自私，
selfish,
才
if
自
you
私
ask
的。
me. I've all
对啊，
Stakes and consequences aren't emotional blackmail. They're facts
什么
of
叫
life.
成熟一
If
点？
you
你
had an ounce of but fine, you turn around
Eh,
and
kaya.
track back down the path you came. Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but there's always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who's ever lived, and here we go. As you trudge into the wood, at first it's little flickers out of the corner, but as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick. In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And wait, what's going on? But you're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you've doomed us all. You know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't. You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the... You're on a path in the woods. And at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin, you're here to slay her. Oh, that's clever! It's extremely bored. Can we really do that? No, you can't just... Alright, so it's decided. Even if it's boring, we're going to do... Congratulations, you continue to waste everyone's time and do nothing. What is that weird feeling? Well, it's not nothing, that's for sure. Does that mean we messed up?
4分5页的世界被交织的虚无取代，又回到了荒漠。我知道了吗？哦。
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end you're here to...
不让我那个了。
You are warned she will love... We're not going to ignore him.
他不让我回头的耶。可是会不会其实有第3章
The interior of the cabin is all...
Go, go, go.
You take the blade from the...
杀他杀他！不能每次都我输吧？这个门会不会开太久？
The door to the basement creaks open. Her voice.
Who's there?
She sounds... Don't let it fool...
Hi.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visit.
You walk down the stairs. She's so focused on the task.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something? How about you drop the...
Look how reason... Don't you dare. It's fine. You ignore the...
You poor thing.
You step forward.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, so you should just...
She's unarmed. You're so close. No, this is a good idea.
Oh, threatened, are we? You poor thing. Then I'm not talking to you. I guess we are.
For the love of or drop the
我上次
blade.
这样冲上去
Do
我就死
something.
了，比较惨。
Yeah, I'm sure.
For goodness sake, the two of you can't just...
但是
Doubt,
哎呦
unfortunately, clouds your thoughts as you attempt to run her through. A moment of distraction and hesitation is all she needs. It feels like you've been hit. Holy shit, that hurts! Though she's unarmed,
真的是
the
不
shock of
行。
that first strike is
你
enough to
派一个
stagger you,
功夫
putting
不
you
好
and
的
the
人来，
princess
真的
on
是
somewhat
哦。
equal foot. Your blade
打他，
slashes
他
through
这
the
是
air
打
again
打
and
打
again,
打打
and her
打
fist... We can still turn...
完成喽！把他扣到这里。都打了，打掉。
Are you serious? It's a good idea. We've taken some bad hits, but we've dealt some too. Fine. You make a mad dash to the basement stairs.
Do you really think you can just...
She steps towards you, ignoring her. They creak and strain as she pulls against them until finally they break. The links clap. She's free. Hurry.
他叫我快跑，那你们就是知道他很危险嘛，哈。
You push your broken body as she closes in, and just barely manage to pass the threshold of the basement door. You close the basement door, locking it behind you and quickly barricading it with a heavy wooden table that once held. Okay, we can make this work. She has an awful wound, and we have all the time in the world. Playing jailkeeper for a while might make things a little easier. You settle in against the far wall to watch the basement door. It isn't long before you start to drift off, your eyelids heavy with fatigue.
I know you're still there. Why don't you make things easier on yourself and let me out? It's not like this little door I'll hold for very long anyways. It's probably a good idea to try to get back on my good side.
She sounds terrifying. Like she's less of the princess as she violently rattles the...
When I get out of here, I'm going to pick you apart piece by piece. I won't forget what you did, and I'll never forgive it. You don't know the kind of enemy you've made to me.
他很气你，哎呦。
It doesn't sound like she's getting... No.
对，他看起来更气。
These aren't threats. These are promises. Sooner or later, you're going to have to sleep. And I'll make sure you never...
You put the princess's threats out of your mind as best you can and huddle. You jolt awake in the middle of the night to silence in the cabin. Where is she?
Thanks for helping me get out of that awful basement.
哎，我真的把它弄出来了，之前都没有过哎。啊，他现在看起来像鬼呢。
You try and stumble to your feet. It isn't all at once. The paralysis comes. Whose side are you on? Yours, of course. But
so helpless. I can take my time.
She steps closer, one silent footfall at a time.
Or maybe I can't take my... What a shame. If you'd only help me...
Your lungs stop drawing in breath.
I'd say better luck next time. But we both know this is the end.
It can't be. I'm sorry. Everything goes dark. And you die. You're on a path in the woods. And at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin, you're here. This is good. I was worried you might fall for a shit again, but this is good. Whatever. Seriously? Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path. That's strange. It looks... You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? But fine. You turn around... Wait. Something isn't right. Can you still... It's finally happened.
啊，又一样了，哎呀！啊，他生气的耶！与被你灌输仇恨的生物永远纠缠吗？哦，他太快了啦！哎呦，他很气呢，他很气我没有完成任务。
In the woods, and you will not ignore the interior of the blade. You.
Go！ 我刚没听到，哎呀。
Oh, it's been so long since anyone's come.
She's so focused on the time.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or then drop the knife?
We should. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just...
Well, we don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship. Oh, have you decided?
You know why you're here. Doubt not a moment of distraction. It feels like you've been polished, though she's unarmed. The shock we can still... You and the princess stare at each other. Excuse, do you think this is what... Can you not feel all those ruptured organs bouncing around in there? The two of you clash for the final time. You feel your ribs break as she delivers a heavy...
Oh.
The two of you...
This was fun.
The princess gasps.
You put up more of a fight than I thought you would. Do you really think this is the end?
But you don't have time to worry over such things.
哎呀，
You're here to slay her.
怎么办？
Oh, she will lie? Lying and cheating doesn't sound like her at all. Not that it matters. Are you sure? The point of my warning wasn't to start an argument. The princess will do and say, what crystal?
OK， 再打一次。
The cabin is tighter than its exterior would suggest. Its cold stone walls press. The blade is your The door to the basement creaks open, revealing her fierce voice.
Is that another challenger? Finally. It's been ages since I've had a good fight.
喜欢挑战的人的要求。哎呀，
This isn't what she sounded like last time. Her voice is a little deeper. Oh my god. Sounds like my kind of princess.
等一下会不会第一团仔又出现？
As much as I appreciate the enthusiasm, just make sure you don't let your bloodlust get to your head. You need to stay focused and keep your wits about you. Remember, you're here to slay the princess, not to have a good fight. As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A large shackle leading from her wrist to the basement wall.
那边巨大，它看起来更高挑了。
Looks like she could rip those chains out of the wall without a second thought.
而且它有尾巴耶，好帅哦！好辣哦！
Oh, it's you again. I've been hoping you'd find your way back here. Good to see that death doesn't stick for either of us.
啊，不公平耶！你连种族都变了耶！啊，
And
我
you
连我还
brought
是
your
只有那把
little
小刀。
knife
你
too.
看，
Yes, I'm going to have fun breaking you into little... You look exactly the
对啊，为
same.
什么？
All right, fine. If you're what? You've already met the princess has already met you. The two of you killed each other. Did you think you'd be able to just openly talk about all that without me noticing?
你不知道能改变什么？
Maybe. You did seem to just gloss over the whole thing for a while. Of course I glossed over it. When a colleague says something insane, glossing over it is one of the best ways to stay focused and keep moving forward. But you don't know that whatever brought the two of you back to life isn't a fluke. And beyond that, do you know who doesn't remember anything that happened last time? Me. I don't remember.
啊，那怎么样？
Are you
我怎么样
okay?
生气啊？
Of course I'm not okay. As far as we're all concerned, the fate of my world is still very much on the line. Not all of us have the luxury of jumping over to a parallel universe the second we die. Great. Now focus up and do it then.
Finally 巨大的恶魔女性，攻击她！
Finally ready to complete your destined task. Here we go. Oh, we'll make it count, all right. As you bridge the gap, your blade slashes across the princess's chest, splitting, but she's unfazed by your onslaught. Her expression barely changes as her fist. You can hear her chains snap as you struggle to recover from the impact. She almost looks disappointed in us. Why is she disappointed in us?
Oh, you don't actually get it, do you? That knife may be sharp, but you clearly don't want to kill me. It's not fun if you hesitate. It's not fun if you try to trick me and make me bleed out. It's only you need to put everything you have into seeing me dead. Or what's the point?
战斗狂人。
So don't be afraid. Don't hesitate.
Don't let her get in your head. Reincarnation or not, she's huge, but that probably means she's slower than us. Take it slow. Think. Don't listen to them. She understands something that they don't. The only way. You push yourself off the ground and attack the princess. You do your best to outplay her, slashing out and leaving red cuts in the tattered remains of her white dress. But you have this weak little dance isn't working. She's thrown us around like a ragdoll. I think over.
Did you think you could stop me with a few cuts? All this dancing around is doing nothing but annoy me.
The princess's arm shoots forward, her palm wrapping around.
How disappointing.
She squeezes. Everything goes dark. You're on a path in the wood. If you weren't so damned afraid of what she'd do to you, we wouldn't have died back there. Fear is good. Fear keeps us alive. We died because you didn't have enough. So what? You'd have us No, but that place suits her better than it suits us. Are you suggesting luring her into the woods? Do you have any idea? Are you not challenging us on all the looping? Have you known about it the whole time? Are you sorry to disappoint what I'm sure must feel like a grand revelation? It doesn't matter. We could go in circles forever. I don't like It's good to know that at least one of you, we may have the same destination, but we're not. It isn't long before you find yourself at the end of... No last advice for us? From what I gather, you've heard it all. I don't know. Screaming sounds pretty good. Catharsis is for when we're finished.
Go.
The interior of the cabin is suffocatingly tight. More of a glorified tunnel than a building. Its stove, the blade is your See? We have even less space than before. Take it. A mirror? There is. Circles. I agree with the freak. Let's get a move on already. Worst comes to... You take the blade from... Good. There's no... You step forward. You bring your fist crashing down against the door leading to the basement. It swings open, scraping against the floor as it reveals before you is what may as well be a sheer cliff face. The air hissing up from below is warm and her voice.
Do you have more fight in you than last time? That was such a disappointing show.
Go to her. Rile her up.
But that wouldn't be fun. I don't want to be a monster chasing you down.
We need to get closer. You've nowhere to go but down. Remember every crack and crevice. You'll need to be faster than her. You turn to face what lies at the end of the narrow tunnel. The princess, imposed, her face widens into a broad.
There you are, knife in hand. How thrilling. Attack me, bleed me, twist the blade in my flesh, break your bones against my body. I want a real challenge this time.
We can't get that close. She'll kill us in the tight space, steel claw or not. I really don't like the sound of this. It's the only way we live.
Well, what are you waiting for? If we're gonna do that, so go on. Make the first move. Don't keep me waiting.
The princess scoffs.
Oh, you're up to something tricky. You're teasing me with what I want. But I'm sick of waiting. I'm not going to let you give me another bad fight. I'm going to keep
desire in her eyes. The princess rushes forward, ignoring her chain. Run. Without hesitation, you turn back the way you came and scramble up as you near the top. Hands desperately clawing at jagged stone, you glance back.
Anywhere you go, I will follow.
好了，快点啦，来啦，走啦，就这样嘛。
You reach the ledge and hoist yourself up and...
What is all of this for? What's the point? You and I are always going to end in violence, so why bother to run? Little bird, little bird.
We're almost there.
怎么感觉好像不会成
Don't
功？
think about and we'll take the your skin hums tight with
好，可以
adrenaline
了，可以了，
as
可以
you
了，可以了，
burst
来吧，
through
来
the
吧！我
you glance
哎，
back
第一
at
次
the
看他
cabin
走
as the
出来
princess,
耶！
singular in her desire to destroy you,
There's nothing left to slow me down. Do you think this is better for you? Do you think that—
do it. Be swift, strike true, be where she's not.
你已经掉入我的陷阱了。
Oh, we'll see about that. Traps are—
She charges. For left, now. As the princess strikes your strike. Before you can finish the thought, you lash out. Right. You move out of the way, but this time it's not quite as clean. You can feel it's nothing. Yes, it could be worse. And you manage to gift her another cut in return. We're actually gonna pull. You just might.
Yes, finally! This is the hole I felt in my heart. This is what I've needed. This is what I've been missing. This is how it always needed to end. Both of us giving it our all, beating and bleeding each other to death.
好啦，好啦，不要这样啦。
The two of you engage in a devastating flurry of blows, each of you wounding the other. She's stronger, but you're faster, and the deeper the both of you fall into your lethal dance, the more your edge. More! Keep going! We can't stop! Now! You spy an opening, but this time she's waiting for you. She lets you sink the blade deep, trapping you in nothing! These blows are nothing to us! But her gambit wasn't enough to close the gap. It wasn't enough to kill you. She stares you down, coughing up a
You've outplayed me, haven't you? Something feels wrong. Something.
And? Then what happened?
哎，收服喽！哇，都要收服这种的呢。
She's gone. Where did she go? Oh, there's that. This. Screw the mirror. We just need to find the princess.
是的。总账。哎。然后这次变成那个兽人公主。
I am sorry I said that I hated you. I do not hate
你
you.
看，这都是他，原来。
When I found you in the long quiet alone, I was terrified. When I found you in the long quiet again alone,
啊，因为我跑了2次，哎。
I thought you had decided to leave me here to wither. But your commitment now is final. Your ability to walk the path of mutual annihilation is vanished with your return. If you still wish to obliterate me, it will have to wait until I am complete. Flickering lights and empty cityscapes whenever you are ready. My roots burrow in an ocean beyond your sight. We cannot harm each other as we are now. There's nowhere for you to be but here.
不能加菜，也不能吃加。OK， 我知道了。
Then we will remain here as we are now, barely finished. Damn. If you need time, then I'll wait with you. You are as I am now, and forever as I am not you. But I know that I would return before forever was finished.
永恒结束前回来。
What textures will you weave for yourself to occupy forever? Will you place the images of you and I into a box for safekeeping? If you close that box, will you become another you and another? You'll always come back to the box, because you'll always want to know what it means to be you. I will be.
哎呦，上吊了！ 啊，真的。
You have returned to me.
回来喽。
Though you were gone mere moments, I never left your side.
What?
I will long for your return, but it will give me time. We will meet again.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path, you're here to slay her. If you don't, you make your way a
之前人拿
warning
刀，
before you go
会
any
遇到跟我
further.
就很凶哎。
She will lie, she will cheat,
你是脚会不
and
碰
she
这
will
个
do
刀，
everything in her
就是手
power.
会
We're not
变
going to
刀
go
的
through
太
with
大，
this, right?
不然就
She's
就
a
不是人。
princess.
哦
We're supposed to save. Ignore him. The interior of the blade is
都拿刀就对了。来来来来来，
her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
哦，又
She
是他
sounds.
冷
Don't
酷。
let it.
Oh,
Great job. You gave away the element of surprise. You walk down the. She's so focus on the task.
you weren't kidding when you said you were here to kill me. I know. You brought a knife with you and everything. But you don't.
She makes a compelling point. What if we don't you dare? It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. The blade tumbles.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just.
Well, we don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship. Do you? You're lying.
How does she know that?
Don't think that just because I'm the one in chains, it means you have a right to interrogate me. Oh?
Oh, you have to. You walk up to. They're large and heavy.
I'm guessing you don't.
Maybe it's doubtful.
Well, you do have that big, sharp knife.
She speaks. We were stuck down here for long enough. You were someone. You make your way back. Easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam, the knife.
You won't. Without hesitation, you bring the blade down. The princess flinches as you strike and your weapon sinks.
You bastard. If I have to kill you to leave this.
I thought we had the upper hand, but it's an act. She's unarmed and there's. I'm not so sure. Don't waver now.
他刚说的对，我才不确定，他非常
As
的
you
危险。
raise your blade to strike again, she
Okay.
kicks out, knocking your legs out from under you. The two of you forget trying to rescue her. You roll out of her grasp, though every inch of you is in pain. The princess probably has it worse. Blood pours out from. We can
这是
still
个
turn
骗
this around.
，OK，好不好？诶，哦，只剩放弃可以选
Are，you serious?
这个，他已
As
经
the
都
force
快
of
要那
her
个
blows overwhelms your body, the blade
会，我这
falls
次
from
都已
your
经快完
trembling
成了
hands,
啊，
clattering uselessly to the cobblestones below. The princess, wounded but still alive. She places a confident heel on your. Her knee slides to your throat and your wind.
Pathetic.
This is the end. Everything goes dark.
对啊，为什么我要放
And
弃？
you die.
他不让我选呢？
You're here. A warning. She will lie. We might. Can we tone down the pest? I'm not being a pest. You're being annoying. Just ignore their bickering, and whatever you do, don't pledge yourself to her. I cannot. I agree. If she's wrongfully imprisoned, then we should rescue her. But if he's telling the rescue her, given the stakes of the situation, there isn't really a difference between. So please try to ignore both of them. If that's what you want.
上次我们已经骗过他了啦，他这次应该会不爽。
The interior of the cabin is larger and more grandiose than its humble exterior would suggest. The blade. Why do we feel so? We don't feel. You take the.
哦，好后门哦，呀呀。
The door to the basement. It's still a stone.
Is that a guest I hear? Don't.
You weren't kidding when you said it was booming. You need to get down there. Should we be worried? It doesn't matter what that little voice says. He's not the. Making your way down the spiral staircase is a time-consuming and exhausting effort, every step requiring you to clamber over. The princess towers over you. The chain is nothing to her.
The little bird has returned to me. You brought that knife again, even though you dropped.
As if on command, the blade. But we didn't drop it. We decided to. I have a duty to report. Of course we drop. Oh.
Kneel. Oh, are you kneel?
Your legs buckle.
That's my good little bird. The last. What draws you back here beyond? Speak.
The last time nobody should have. Then you shouldn't have trusted us. There was. He's being melodramatic, but yeah, we've been here before, and she. That's worrying. Whatever you.
Perhaps you need another lesson in submitting to your betters. Pick up that needle.
Do it. It's what? No objections. I don't know what she's planning, and I don't like that we don't know what she's planning. But as your eye falls on the blade, you feel a weight. You reach forward.
Stand.
This one's easy. Okay, yeah. We can. You can feel a creaking tension between body and will as you slowly rise to your feet. Like two foes, the princess eyes you with soft contemplation.
To define me is to claim we stand on level ground. We do not. You are quiet shadow, while I am brilliant radiance. Take that knife in your hand and...
You don't have to listen to her. Your arm. Oh, we'll end this all right. Your hand lifts the blade and brings it towards your throat. Okay, I apologize for the unclear language. End her. Your body is sluggish and unresponsive, actively fighting against you.
Slitting your throat would have been a mercy, but plunge that knife.
I'm sorry. Don't. As you take another step forward, the blade digs into your ribs, slicing through flesh with ease. It somehow feels like an end. Then it slides back out, the wound burning.
Now, do it again.
Those are just words. You don't have to listen to her. It's what she wants. You, heroic one, what are you doing? Don't just let this... I'm on it. Your other hand locks around your wrist, struggling to keep it from perforating vital organs. But the blade still flails towards you, managing to slice bits of skin that plop to the floor to join.
What a pitiful display. A wounded little bird thinking it can defy a god. It doesn't have to be like this. It doesn't have to hurt so much. Or you can pathetically struggle against yourself until the floor of this temple is painted with the bloody impressions of your futility.
You continue to approach the princess, even as the repeated gouges of your blade expose bone and muscle to the open air of the basement.
For you.
You're on a path. You're warned. The interior of the blade. Don't let it fool you.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors.
You watch. She's focus on the task.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then?
收条小路吧。
You lunge forward with. You feel flesh.
Oh,
Yes, exactly. It's over. With your work done, why do I feel like we've done something terrible? You did kill someone. Greater good or not, something would be very wrong with you, but that day isn't today. You open the cabin door, ready to return to only a world saved. What? Everyone is fine. It's just that you and the cabin are now far away from them. Don't worry. You'll be safe here.
你看，又要被放在这里了。
What's done is done. This is what's best for everyone. Time passes.
然后我被关在这里的。
We're not just gonna stay here forever. I do, but you're probably not going to like it. The blade. We can use the blade. I can hear everything you say, little voice. There's only one thing it would want you to use that blade. He's right. Do you hear that? Do you not? There's more for us to do, and the only way for us... Don't you dare. Thank you. I made this happy little... Fine. Whatever. For the first time since time stopped me, the princess's body is dust and bones, though the blade you used to slay her is still as pristine as... You pick up the blade, you stab yourself... The end. Nice knowing you. You're on a path. You're here to sleep. A warning. She will lie. She won't be a problem.
嘿嘿，弹幕什么？毕竟上次我们很容易的杀死他，那还是第一次呢。破烂烂。
The blade is... It feels like no one's been here for... Like I've been saying.
拿起这个，走进去。
The door to the basement groans open, revealing an old banister and a creaky wooden stairwell.
我每次的。
Everything is coated in a thick... The room below. Nobody's here. As much as I appreciate... I guess we'll just have to go down and see. As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. Okay. It's just like I told you. Before you have a chance to finish your thought, the top of a head, two deep-set eyes stare up at you, followed by... And finally, the rest of the body floats up to... Ghost! Oh. Wow. How absolutely terrifying. What's a ghost supposed to do to us?
Oh, it's you. Hiya, Keller. I was hoping to see you again. I have some issues with how our last meeting went.
The princess drifts across the room into your orbit, gently running her fingers across your shoulders and down your neck as she circles you. Her touch is cold and ethereal, formless yet real enough that her icy fingertips send shivers dancing across your skin. So she has a body,
胸口一个叉叉
and。 she's right there. That means we could kill her again, if we wanted to.
I see you brought that annoying knife again. So, are you waiting for a chance to use it? Or are you here for something else? You poor thing.
You know, after everything we've been through, it's nice to see someone finally sympathize. She doesn't mean it.
It serves you right. I was pretty scared too, when you stood there not saying a word with a knife clenched in your face. It sounds like you got exactly what you were
哎呦
owed.
哎呦哎呦哎呦哎呦！
I Are we putting this to a vote? Because personally, if that's what it comes down to, that's what it comes.
Oh, that's sweet of you to offer. But killing your...
It would seem that everyone here is in agreement except for you.
I just want to go home.
And just where is home, I wonder?
I don't know where home is. I just know it isn't here. Wherever I'm supposed to be, it's out.
他的那个皇冠很漂
Specific.
亮。
And how?
No, those bones are just a body. But you can help me. This place won't let me leave. I've tried. Before you came back to me, I explored every inch of this place. Even the spaces.
Maybe we should just leave. If she can't get out on her own, hasn't got out, and can't get... It'd be dull, anyway. It's more interesting if we make a choice.
But you can come and go as you please, can't you? So, let me hitch a ride. After all, you own me.
Absolutely not. Is she asking if she can... She is. And I hope I don't need to explain. Would she be able to see... us if we went along with it? Now isn't that an interesting thought? We could finally bring her face... You won't like how things...
我会喜欢的。
The princess swims through the air in front of you, pausing for a brief...
You're really trying to make it up to me, aren't you? Thanks for...
What are you doing? Don't...
See you soon.
She rushes forward and then... She's... I'm not sure I like this. Can we get a do-over? I'm afraid it's too late to stop now. You collapse to the floor.
Come on, you. You've got to get up. I know everything feels heavy right now, but we still have...
Your eyes flick back open as you get your...
So this is what it's like to be you, huh? Disembodied voice narrating your every move?
So, it doesn't work like that for you? Clearly it doesn't, or she wouldn't have commented on it.
All these shards of broken glass on the floor, are they also supposed to...
Hey, I'm not a shard of broken glass,
It's okay. You can finish your thought.
I'm a voice? I'm me is what I am. Who cares what we are? We exist. That's all that matters.
You don't have to fight. We'll all be out of here soon.
No, it matters. What we are matters. If I'm a shard of broken glass, then that raises some questions about certain other voices in here too. I'm clearly the same thing you are.
They're not listening to me. Do they not listen to you either?
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about him. You don't need to know what I am. You just need to know that I'm different from you. More important.
So, you're the one who pulled the strings and made me dead. I can tell you don't belong here. You're barely even there. Like the shape of something left behind. You're more of a memory than a person.
That's rude.
You're kind of like me, actually.
I'm just going to ignore her. You push yourself off the ground. The princess is nowhere to be seen. Obviously she's nowhere to be seen.
Because I'm in here with all of you. Everybody knows that.
I'm setting the stage. The room is empty because you made a spiteful, idiotic, and all-round foolish decision.
You don't have to let him get to you. You're better than that. You're starting to make things right.
This is infuriating. Just whatever you do, you can't leave this place. It's not too late to fix this. Probably. Your legs, weary with the weight of the princess's spectral form.
I'm just trying to get home. You don't have to act like it's the end of the world.
But that's exactly what you leaving this place is going to be.
You don't know that.
I do. If she has a home to go back to, doesn't that mean that her leaving won't end? It doesn't mean that at all. It could mean that wherever her home is, yeah, but it has to be somewhere, doesn't it? And if it's somewhere, then it's part of the world. I suppose it's all a matter of perspective. Where does the world end? Against the backdrop of the inane conjecture of meaningless little voices, Your body continues. For how much you hate her, you aren't doing a whole lot to stop us from leaving this place. Not at all.
啊，对不起，没
I'll
看
have you
到
know. It's just the weight of it all. And wine. This body wasn't made to hold you and the princess. You continue slowly to the door, your feet.
We're so close. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If we get out of here, I won't even care that you murdered me anymore.
You lift your shaking hand and rest it on the door handle. But you pause before you open it. Was exhaustion really the best you could muster up? Shit. But exhaustion wasn't enough. Collapsed to the ground. You and the princess. Yes?
Nothing. He's gone, and so is everything else.
So we did slay him after all. He had it coming, I suppose. But what about us? Are we just stuck here in... We're still here. Yeah, but that thing you said earlier, are we not part of the world anymore? Are we in some world that exists?
Okay, I've heard enough from these two. Let's see if I can pop out.
那边车。
You actually freed me, didn't you? I'm outside. Thanks for giving me a second chance, killer.
Don't mention it.
I think this is where...
She's gone. And is that a... But it feels so bad. You don't need to comfort. Okay. Whatever makes you...
哎，一点也不顺。哦，变成去啊，又可以跟作者讲话了。
I think you know.
哎，嘿嘿。
Because among other things, she is death itself. To rid the world of some... And despite how far you've fallen, you will still have a... I haven't, and that's by both necessity and this construct you're in exists in many places at once. Anytime you failed, anytime you thought yourself dead, but you'll be awake soon. Of course not. The only way this construct could function was if nobody knew what it was doing. When the patterns are wiped from the sand, when the board is reset, who will remember? If that's your belief, there's nothing I can say to move you. You haven't died.
我死好多次好吗？
You haven't. You flirted with dying. You've...
看死亡条线，对，就是他。
You're the long quiet, the god I made
啊，
to rid
我
the
是你
world
创
of
造
death.
的。
You are you. And if you would let everything work the way it was supposed to, you never would have woken up. She is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others. So I tucked a part of myself into the folds of this construct. Seems that every me you met did a real shit job of it, though. When I broke the cycle, I made sure that the tear was rough. You carry a part of what should be her, and she carries besides. Anything is better than oblivion. I killed myself. It had to be done, really. None of this would have worked if I was still alive. Well, there's no reasoning with a god. Even one you've woven into existence. I'm just an echo.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me. It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly. Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him, ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't when the echoes spun us from one into two. He gave you a choice and me a role to play. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation? Violence has always been our language, hasn't it? If this is what it takes to save you, then so be it. A shiver passes through you as unseen fingers dance across your skin. They remember the violence you inflicted on them, and yet they don't return it. I offer you absolution, and you take my hand in yours. You felt the pain you caused another, and you were willing to sacrifice everything you thought was used to set me free. Without sin, there is no redemption. But violence has defined the flow of everything between us. Do not deny what... I kill you, you kill me. Back and forth we go.